Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, we've got a good one here in the AFC, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Play action. It's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Second down and 6 now. They go play action with Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jackson to Bateman there. First down, Ravens.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. Now it's Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. Gets around him. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Looking to put a drive together. Now it's Smith. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say they were caught off guard a little bit when they decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Yeah, that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Gino going to hand it to Genti. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before it can even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Brock Bowers, 58 yards. And the Raiders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Henry again on second down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
A first down carry for Henry. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman on the touchdown throw from Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well that they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Back to throw, Smith. And Lockett with a grab over the middle. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A gain there of 21 yards.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
On 1st down, it's Genty. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Here's Smith. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Oh, it would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
And with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Gino. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
This to the sideline and over everybody, incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle it for just a short gain.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson will try and do this himself. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one. And
the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down now. Here's 2nd down. Again, it's Henry. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Jackson now. And that's going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. Back deep for the Raiders is Trey Tucker. On the return after a punt of 39. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Gino. They'll try and set up the screen to Ginty. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He does it off for Henry. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Henry out of the pistol. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But at short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And he fouled it. It's on the ground. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They go play action now. Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. He'll get it inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
To throw is Jackson.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Nine-yard line, 2nd and 6. Off the option, here's Henry.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll come out in the pistol. Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Charlie Kohler
From 3 yards out.
And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
Geno down to throw.
Over the middle, hooks up with the tight end, Bowers.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Out of the gun, Smith.
Short throw there, caught by Thomas.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's Smith.
That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
Trey Tucker
as time expires in the first half. And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operated.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip some.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not only want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. Second down and 8. Jackson. And this complete to Henry over the middle. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Jackson's going to try the sneak. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Play action. It's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. The quick feed by Jackson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give him 17 on that pickup.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson can really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
Throwing is Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now it's Jackson.
Got his man on the comebacker. That's Hopkins with it.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Play action. Now Jackson.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Off of play action, here's Smith. It's caught, Lockett. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Up the middle, it's Genty. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness.
Draymond Jones in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
A run straight ahead with Genty.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 2.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And he is caught. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Lock the man in motion. Now it's Smith.
They'll get this out to Genty.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And that one's going to come up short. Low throw.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now Smith. Looking left side him, he's got a man. That's Thornton.
And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
This is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyler Lockett from 6 yards away.
And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
money up to a whole nother level. From low, no better. Then I got Richard E. Bro, coming slow, 6 months.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's got a man, it's his fullback. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
2nd and 5.
They'll try the right side with Henry. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away.
Fair catch, signaled for, and
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt, and now a chance to tie the game on this possession. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Throw left side complete. That's Tucker. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
From the 20, here's a 2nd and 8.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. The escapability in evidence there. Is that one good for 15 and a 1st?
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Smith.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Gino. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bowers. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play,
Brock Bowers,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
and the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And now here come the Ravens.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Off the option, here's Henry.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 34.
116 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here's Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
3 yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Jackson now. It's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their #1 receiver.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready for that? That time they weren't.
Now 1st and goal. Henry will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches, and then you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. It's up and good, and they jump back ahead, 35-28. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here is Geno Smith and the Raiders.
Down by 7, less than 90 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Smith to throw. Here's Tucker, complete on the right side.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 34-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down. Smith's going to throw it.
It's complete to Lockett. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
8-yard pickup. First down, Raiders.
Here's Smith. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Smith. It's caught by Tucker.
They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2.
He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down.
Well, that's an aggressive shot to take. They definitely need a touchdown, but now you paid yourself into a corner because it's 4th down. And if you don't get a conversion here, that could be the end of the comeback.
They'll go. Here's Genty.
And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
PlayStation